The Galactic Council had issued 17 warnings about thornback cubs, each one stamped with crimson priority seals. Do not approach. Lethal. Unstable. Untrainable. Commander Ichkara of the Valorian Expeditionary Force had been cleared during the briefing aboard the Unified Dawn. His four eyes fixed on the human contingent with something between pity and frustration. You mammals see small things and think helpless. Thornback cubs are not helpless. They are loaded weapons without a safety mechanism. 3 Valorian researchers lost limbs attempting behavioral studies. The humans had nodded, said, "Yes, sir," and "Understood, sir." And then, 12 hours into the ground survey of Kurash Prime, Staff Sergeant Maria Lyra found the den. The cub was alone, curled in the dark of a basalt outcropping. Small, maybe 60 centimeters, with oversized paws and spines that hadn't fully hardened. Its 6 eyes were milky and unfocused, and it made a sound that was plaintive and lost. "Mother's dead," Corporal Hayes muttered, scanning with thermal imaging. "Rockslide, maybe." The cub tried to stand, wobbled, and collapsed. Lyra knelt at the entrance. "Sarge," Private Chin started. The commander said, "I know what he said. It'll attack you. It's a baby." That was the difference. The Valorians saw a weapon. The humans saw something small and alone and scared. Lyra crawled into the den. The cub lifted its head, opened its mouth to show needle teeth, and wheezed something that was supposed to be threatening. She extended her hand slowly. The cub sniffed, recoiled, sniffed again. Then, with desperation that transcended species, it stumbled forward and collapsed against her chest. "Well," Lyra said, "guess we're adopting." Commander Ichkara nearly molted his scales when the squad returned with a thornback cub wrapped in Lyra's jacket. "What have you done?" "Found an orphan, sir." Lyra stood at attention despite the cub. She'd started calling it fun, chewing on her helmet strap, requesting permission to establish temporary care protocols. "That creature will mature and kill you. Maybe. Or maybe it'll decide we're pack." Permission was granted, mostly because the alternative was explaining to Earth Command why they'd court-martialed a sergeant over a baby alien. The next 3 weeks were chaos. Finn ate everything. Rocks, ration bars, part of a data pad, Hayes's boot. The squad synthesized a mineral slurry that smelled like burning sulfur and cost more than the mission's ammunition budget. Finn also grew fast. Within days, the cub doubled in size, and its spine started hardening. It practiced pouncing, usually on Lyra's feet, and its version of playing left bruises. But humans are endurance hunters, pack bonders. They'd spent thousands of years turning wolves into chihuahuas through stubborn affection. Lyra taught Finn boundaries. When the cub bit too hard, she'd yelp sharply and withdraw attention. When Finn obeyed, there were treats and scratches. Chin rigged up toys. Hayes started a betting pool on whether the cub would master sit. And Finn, against all Valorian predictions, gentled, not domesticated, not tame, but bonded. The incident happened on day 23. Native predators breached the perimeter during Lyra's sleep shift. Before the alarm finished sounding, Finn, now nearly 2 meters long, placed itself between the attackers and the barracks. The Valorian guards froze, expecting carnage. What they got was a thornback cub defending its human with nest-protecting ferocity. 3 predators down in under a minute. Crystalline spines deployed, jaws locked. When Lyra stumbled out half asleep, Finn immediately abandoned the threat display and bounded over, chirping, "Safe now. Everything okay." Commander Ichkara watched the security footage 7 times. "Impossible," he muttered. "Improbable," the human lieutenant corrected. "But humans kind of specialize in that." The image that went viral across galactic networks was captured by accident at 0300 hours. Private Rodriguez, on guard duty, did a routine check and nearly dropped his rifle. There, on Lyra's bunk, was a fully grown thornback juvenile. 300 kilos of apex predator, spines that could punch through armor, jaws that could crack stone. Curled up, head on Lyra's chest. Drooling, Lyra was dead asleep, one hand resting on Finn's scaled head, fingers scratching behind an auditory membrane. The cub's 6 eyes were closed, breathing deep. A puddle of drool, viscous and faintly glowing, soaked into her shirt. Rodriguez took the picture. Sent it to the squad chat, Sarge's new weighted blanket. Within hours, it was everywhere. The Valorian Council demanded explanations. Human Command sent back a single line. Humans gonna human. 6 months later, when the Unified Dawn prepared to leave Kurash Prime, there was debate about Fun. Protocol said the cub should be released. Lyra stood in Zichkara's office while he explained that Fun was too dangerous for ship life, too bonded to survive alone. Permission to speak freely, sir? Granted. Fun's pack is human now. You release that cub, and you're sentencing it to death. Thornbacks are social learners. Fun learned from us. And if it becomes aggressive, then I'll handle it. That's what pack leaders do. Long silence. Then Zichkara made that clicking sound of amusement. You mammals are insane. Yes, sir. Can we keep the murder puppy? Approved. But it's your responsibility when it eats someone. It won't, sir. I taught it not to bite. The day they shipped out, Finn curled up in the converted cargo bay den. Lyra sat beside it, running maintenance on her rifle, while the Thornback's head rested in her lap, drooling, as always. Hayes walked by and shook his head. Can't believe Command signed off on this. Chen laughed. It's humanity's thing. We looked at wolves and made dogs. We looked at a murder machine from a death world and made a friend. Rodriguez added. Yeah, but this one can crack starship hulls. Lyra smiled, scratching behind Fun's auditory membrane. The cub chirped contentment. That's the point, she said softly. Nobody messes with Earth ships now. We've got the best security system in the galaxy. What's that? A very good boy. Fun opened one eye and drooled harder. Across the ship, Commander Vishkura reviewed mission reports and wondered how humanity had survived long enough to reach the stars. The answer was simple. They'd made friends with everything that should have killed them, even the things with teeth.